Yo, what's good, man?
Hello.
What's up, Chris? How you doing, man?
Hey, what up, fellas? How y'all doing, man?
We doing good, bro. So before we move along, do we have to pronounce the whole name like a Tribe Called Quest? Do we say Christopher Dontrell Piper, or do we just say Chris?
Man, you can say Chris, man. You can say Chris, bro. I don't want to put y'all through all that trouble, man, of saying Christopher Dontrell Piper, man. Just say Chris, dog.
Okay, all right, cool. You just making sure, man, because you know, some people they like it when you pronounce the whole name. You know, like a Tribe Called Quest. You got to say the full name.
Hey, man, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. For real, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, man, no problem, bro. So is this your first time being on a podcast?
I believe so, fam. Like this is
nice.
This is real nice, man. So I appreciate y'all for having me, man.
No doubt, bro. We appreciate you joining us, man. It's like I was telling Trav, bro. I was watching Dragon Ball Super one night, and I heard you talking as Dyspo, and I was just like, yo. I was like, that dude sounds sweet as hell, man. I was just like, I would love to have him on the podcast. So me and Trav, we talked about it, and
I appreciate
here we
it,
are
man.
today.
Yeah, so basically, I'm an actor, dude, and my agent hit me up about doing some work at this place called Ulgar 5000, which is where I recorded the DBZ stuff. And when they brought me in, it was just like, hey, Dragon Ball is trying to move into a different direction as far as like vocal quality and aesthetic, and we just need you to be you, who you are. And I was just like, okay, that's easy. And so we ran a couple of takes, and I did a few voices, and the Dyspo voice is the one that they settled on, man, and the one that I settled on. So that's what they went with.
Now, who approves that? Like, do you have to take a couple takes, send it back and forth, and then go back in and redo it?
No, man, it's all in real time, man. It's all on the spot. So, like, you do a few takes, and they'll be like, okay, let's go with that one. And so you just start recording right after that.
So who were the other characters that you had did recordings for before him?
Dude, I was in the booth by myself like the whole time, right? So what happens is, like, when you're recording, like, they'll give you playback of the other characters' voices. First, it's in Japanese, so you can see how the Japanese version is. And then they'll give you the American version. And so what happens is they'll give you beeps before you start to record your lines or say your lines. So you'll hear the other people's voices, but then the beeps will come in, and then you'll just record your voice, record your dialogue after their dialogue ends.
Yeah, but that's cool because a lot of people in the nerd community don't know like the behind the scenes stuff on what exactly is going on. And you could tell when they did Super that the production quality was the mix was a lot better. The voices sounded more appealing to like modern day culture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's not. I know a lot of people would think that like you're in the booth with like 3, 4, 5 other people, but no, man. It's just pretty much solo dolo, dude. You just like in there, just like bringing it by yourself, man. It's pretty cool.
So were you a fan of the Dragon Ball series before you voiced Dyspo?
Oh man, I used to be, man. Back when I was a young pup, I used to be a fan of DBZ, but I don't know. It's just something I lost touch with. So I couldn't really like. I think it was cool that like they brought me in at this point in time when they needed a fresh new voice, so that I could like be rejuvenated like within the series, dude. So I could get back on it because I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z in a long time.
And that's crazy too, because like you watch it as a kid and now you get the voice act for it. It's kind of like Nick Cannon get with Mariah Carey. Like this man grew up listening to Mariah, and then he bagged her up.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a dream come true, bro. That's exactly what it's like, man. It's a surreal feeling, and it's like one of those once in a lifetime opportunities that like something you should never pass on. Like when it's there, like you just have to take it. Like it's just a great universe to be a part of, man. The DBZ universe.
Exactly.
I mean, it's got hella fans and everything, man. I mean, it's just awesome. It's super awesome.
Oh yeah, when you do something like a Dragon Ball Z, or you voice, like an iconic comic book character, like you got a job for life. Like you're gonna be at all the cons.
You're gonna be in video games.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to that, man. They haven't asked me to do any cons yet, but hopefully if this character takes off, which I hope it will, or just the series period, I could maybe do some cons, man, hopefully.
Well, I think the character he will take off because
Definitely.
he plays a prominent role in the Super series because he's one of the top fighters in Universe 11, right?
Yes.
Right, Trev?
Yeah, and he was just introduced. It was the last arc before they took their hiatus.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, I mean, his character's just being introduced to the series.
Something that I was going to bring up, Chris, was I like what you were saying earlier about how they were trying to bring in fresh voice actors for the newer characters, because me and Trav was just talking about before you came on was that like you would have like one guy like Chris, let's say Chris Sabat, for example, and he would be voicing like
6-7 characters.
Yeah, 7 characters.
Even, I mean, we're talking about main characters: Yamcha, Piccolo, Vegeta. Yeah, he's doing prominent main characters, and now they're bringing in new people for everybody.
And that's awesome.
Shouts out to Chris Sabat, man. That dude has been grinding for a minute, dude. And he's made every penny and he's worth every penny. But yeah, as far as like the fresh new voices, I was excited to be asked to be a part of this universe because I think that the anime world has gotten kind of complacent with like traditional anime voices, if you will. And so to like hear something different is a new step in a different direction, I think, and in a positive direction that everybody can like relate to. You know what I mean? Because I got a lot of backlash about like how Dyspo was voiced, and a lot of people was making like a lot of racist jokes and stuff like that. And it's not easy, dude, being a voice actor. It's really not easy, especially like you have fans of that character. So it's truly a move and a step in the right direction and in a positive direction.
This is one of the few animes. I'm a sub guy. Like, I do prefer typically my anime in Japanese.
I do too, yeah.
Dragon Ball Super, I enjoy the dub more than the sub version.
That's what's up, man. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. And like I said earlier, when I first heard you voicing Dyspo, I was just like, man, like this dude sounds badass.
Yeah.
Like I thought you did a really good job, bro.
And
it's like it sucks that happened to you, like, fans, and I kind of feel like, Dragon Ball fans in general can be very picky when it comes to who's voicing characters, because like Trav said, it's like, there's some people who prefer the subs, there's some people who prefer the dubs, and sometimes they just want, like I said, like that one voice actor to voice all of the characters on the show because that person does a phenomenal job. But if you have that mindset, you're never going to be able to allow growth in a series where they do add new characters.
Yeah. It's crazy that you say that because some of those DBZ fans were like savages, man. I had one dude hit me up in my DMs on Facebook messages. He told me I was a stupid idiot for the way that I voiced Dyspo and that I should eat a Tide Pod and go kill myself.
Yeah, man,
that's crazy, bro.
Come on, man. That's wild, dude. They're serious?
Crazy, Bruder. You should see like the screenshots on Twitter from some of these people. And that's not just DBZ fans. That's anime fans, dude. Like, I mean, Pokemon fans, Magic the Gathering fans. I mean, people in the nerd community.
Yeah.
No chill.
No chill at all, man.
It's like if they don't like something, or I mean, and especially if you're a person of color, it's like anime fans. It's like I don't know what it's about being a different race, but it's like they can be. I mean, like even in like movies like Star Wars. Like I can't remember what the character's name was. Do you remember what her name was, Trav? Where the fans they was going in on her on Instagram. They made her
Rose.
the leader.
Rose was the character, but even before that, when they showed the initial Star Wars like teaser when they first came out with movie number 7.
Yeah.
Right.
And they showed Finn, and it was a black stormtrooper. I
remember. Yeah, they went in on him.
The outrage. They were like, "I'm boycotting the movie.
I'm done watching Star Wars."
Crazy stuff,
bro.
That is crazy stuff,
Chris. Has anybody said that to you? I'm done with Dragon Ball Super.
Well, I mean, the dude who told me to go kill myself was pretty close, man. So I guess that quantifies it, man. But you know what? It just goes to show you, like that's the world that we live in, where people are conditioned to only see like one color. Like that's wild, man. Especially when it comes to like mainstream media. Like certain people are not accustomed to like people of color in like prominent roles. And I think that's pretty bizarre that it's like that. Especially within the nerd community, because you think the nerd community would be open to like all things, but they're not.
Oh yeah, and like you just said, it's 2019. It's still happening. It's just now it gets more heard of because of social media.
Yeah.
Everybody got a soapbox to stand on now.
Oh yeah, everybody has a platform now.
So, is this still the same company? Because we saw that you had done some other animes, and you had done one where this anime actually was on my list, and I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know that he was in that, but the Astra Lost in Space.
Oh man, I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, I have to go record some of that tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a that anime is real hot right now.
Is it?
In Japanese, the Japanese version in the anime community. Yeah, like people are really high on that anime right now.
So what's it about?
So it's basically kind of like, man, I'm generalizing, but it's like Hunger Games in space. But like it's this government where they send these kids like to space camp, and they have to survive on their own. But it turns out that the government really sent them out there to like be murdered. So it's a real intense anime, and these kids are trying to get back home, man. But they're like 5 billion trillion light years away. It's crazy. It's wild, but it's a good intense anime.
And I know that the character that you play, from the scenes that I had seen, I haven't seen obviously anything with you voicing the character.
Okay.
But I know this dude Ulgar. This dude is savage.
Yeah, Ulgar is a savage, man. Hopefully my dub is consistent and in line, with everybody's expectations. But no, Ulgar is a dark guy. He's very brooding, and he's a loner. And he tells it how it is. He has 0 F's to give. Like that's who Ulgar is, and I really enjoy playing it, man. It's a fun character to play.
Yeah, I saw. And of course, I don't know what episode you'll be recording tomorrow, but episode 5 had come out, and I know he had a crazy scene, man. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but if you can go and see the reaction videos of YouTube of this scene.
Well, I've only gotten to maybe episodes 2 or 3, man. So I haven't really seen his arc or like his journey yet, because they don't give us that in advance. But don't spoil it for me either, because I don't know what's going to happen. Like,
you're dubbing it as it's coming out, though. Yeah. I'm not sure if you knew that. Yeah, so
I'm excited then. That's good news, because I can't wait, man. I really can't wait.
That's good news. Is this a Funimation is dubbing this?
Funimation is dubbing it, yeah.
Yeah, Funimation has really moved in the direction where, like, a week later, they're dubbing the Japanese version and putting it out on their platform.
Wow.
Which
because they was doing it for My Hero Academia, right?
Well, they did it for Attack on Titan. They did it for My Hero Academia. They're doing it they do it for a lot of anime, especially when they signed the deal with Crunchyroll to share, the simulcast.
Yeah.
And they would do the dubs, and Crunchyroll would show the dubs. And yeah, but like you were saying, when Funimation was really looking to like beef up what they're doing, they are really putting a lot of resources into giving the American audience prime content real quick, instead of having to wait a year or 2 for it to be dubbed like we always had to have.
I think that's excellent. I think, when you have consumers, you should give them what they need when they need it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? They shouldn't have to wait a year or 2. I don't want to have to wait a year or 2 for One Punch Man dub to come out, dude. I love that show. Like, I want to hear the dub. Like, if I want to hear the dub, I need to hear the dub. Like, this is bottom line, dude.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree with you on that, because it's not the 90s anymore where we had to wait 5 years before we got an anime dubbed.
Right.
It's like now, because everything is, shared through the internet, and you can get stuff out faster. We should be able to get everything immediately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We live in a faster society, just a faster world now. Technology has changed the game forever. So if they can get the dub out a week after the original anime, more power to it. I'm all for it. And
you could correct me if I'm wrong on this, but is Batman vs Superman kind of like the biggest on-set thing you've done?
Batman versus Superman. Let's see. It is the biggest, yes. That is the biggest.
Now,
thing.
how is that when you show up and realistically you're only like in the movie for X amount of minutes? You know, how's your involvement in the production for the day? Are the stars there? What's going on with all that?
Dude, like, I'm telling you, man, this life is like really, really good, and it's crazy. So we shot that whole sequence. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but the sequence that I'm in is only on the director's cut, right? Because the theatrical version is, so that sequence was shot in Deming, New Mexico, where it's like absolutely nothing out there. And so they put us up in a hotel room, and in the mornings I would do language training because I was speaking Arabic. And so we would do that, and then we would go to set. And on set, man, I mean, everybody just treats you so kind, and it's a humbling experience, man. It's like you're just thankful to be an actor. You know what I mean? You wouldn't get that type of treatment anywhere else in the world, I don't think, unless you're from high society. It's just really cool to be a part of. But I did get to see some stars. I get to see how Henry Cavill eats. So this guy, man, is like a beefcake, and he goes like in the morning, like he gets up and he's going to like the breakfast line, and he has his personal trainer, and then they're just like, no, you can't eat that, you can't eat that, you can't eat that. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't know. I just wish I had somebody like, no, Chris, you can't eat that. Don't be an idiot. Don't eat that. You know what I mean?
Bro, for real, man. Hey, look, hey, I'm going to the gym like after we finish recording this, and when I got over here, like Trav tried to offer me some food. I'm just like, nah, man. Like, I'm not trying to eat that because I'm going to work out after I finish doing this.
But Henry had that little angel on his shoulder saying, like, hey, bro, like, no, stay clear, steer clear. Like, yeah, so it's just cool, man, to see it happening in real time. And Zack Snyder was like, he's awesome, man. Like, I got to talk to him, like, in person, face to face, like, giving me direction and stuff like that. So that was just a cool experience, man. Yeah, something I'll never forget.
Now, how many days were you out there?
I was out there for at least about a week, I believe. Yeah, a week. But that one scene, man, took us, like, a few days to shoot.
And that's crazy because A, like you said, it's not even in the theatrical version. Mm-hmm. And B, it's on the total scene is maybe a minute and a half, 2 like minutes.
Yeah, man.
And you know, a week's worth of work went into that minute and a half. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
It put things in perspective.
Yeah, I mean, it's so bizarre because I think that budget was like close to what, like 300 million or something like that.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah, something high. Yes.
So it's still, regardless of what anybody thinks, they don't have a lot of time on film sets or even TV sets to get stuff done. Like, there is still like a crunch, and you have to be on your game, on your toes, and you have to be present and active at all times, you know, while enjoying like craft services, talking amongst the cast and the crew. Like, those are the things that come with that whole process, which makes it like a great, great experience.
So a question that I have for you is, like, how does one make the transition from, you know, doing acting to voice acting? Like, is it still like very similar to just doing acting, but you're not in front of a camera?
Yeah, it's pretty much acting with your voice. I don't know, man. It's just something that I kind of just fell into. Now, granted, I still am an actor. I still want to do film and TV. It's just that voice acting is like where I'm at right now. You know, that's just what I'm doing. And so having an agent is a big plus, and that's a big help because Funimation, we have a studio here in Texas, Flower Mound to be exact. And I have an agent who has good ties with Funimation Studios. And I know a young lady by the name of Caitlin Glass, who's a director for Astra, the English dub version. Shout out to Caitlin. She calls me in for like stuff to audition for. And so having her as a plug and having an agent is like kind of how I fell into like this voice acting stuff.
That's cool. So are there any other animes besides the 2 that we named that you're hoping to do some voiceover work on? Because I know like right now, like My Hero Academia is very popular and Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, man, I started watching the first episode of that one the other day. That would be one. If they was to bring back Grappler Baki, that would be another one. What else? This is not like an anime in a traditional sense, but like Castlevania. I don't know if y'all have seen that one. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, we've seen that.
Really
bro, good. Like that's top notch. Like I love that show, man. What else? Oh, One Punch Man too. Yeah, those are like my favorites, man. Yeah.
I still need to finish One Punch Man. I think I'm only like 3 episodes in. Like
season 1 or 2?
Season 1.
Oh, okay.
Like, I remember. I think the last episode that I had watched was the one where he was fighting all the bald guys.
Yeah, and you like just getting started there.
Yeah. They have no answer for that guy, dude. And I like his character. They have no answer for him, man. He's like a mystery. He's like a mystery superhero, dude. Like I just love his character, man. Everything about him. It
really started off as like a joke.
Yeah.
And then it really evolved into this thing. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Kind of like Deadpool, kind of. When you think about it.
You say it's kind of like what?
Like Deadpool, like.
Oh yeah. Who's one of my favorites now? Like if they never had made a Deadpool movie, I wouldn't even consider Deadpool as like, part of the Marvel universe, even though he is technically. But like still, this movie like solidified like his place in like the Marvel universe for me, because the way Ryan Reynolds like plays him is just like spot on, bro. Like it's just so likable, and I really enjoy it.
Oh yeah, they can thank him for making that character relevant in pop culture for sure.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
And he had to give it a second take, especially after the X-Men Origins Wolverine movie, because that wasn't the Deadpool who I knew. That wasn't my Deadpool. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, not my Deadpool, man. I think it took him several years to make that movie, man. He pitched that to, I think, Fox at the time, and like they shut it down or something. I don't know how. It's a crazy story behind it, but like, it took him a while to get that movie made. Like, I think that's like his Hamlet. You know what I mean? That's like his dream role. It's crazy.
If I remember correctly, I think like he had leaked like some footage or something, and because of the world that we live in, once something gets leaked, people just share it everywhere.
Oh,
and then Fox went ahead and was just like, let's do this.
Yeah.
So you grew up in Texas, right?
Yep, born and raised, man.
Okay. Well, I want to change it up a little bit because my background a little bit. I'm a mix engineer.
Okay.
And I do a lot of hip hop stuff.
Oh.
So I didn't know if maybe you had some Houston artists that were on your list.
Man, come on, man. Like, so
I didn't know if we could talk about like some UGK or
bro.
Rest in peace, Pimp C.
Listen, you want to talk Texas, man? We talking about Zero, Slim Thug, Paul Walker, Millionaire. DJ
Name them, bro.
Come on, man. The list is long but distinguished. You hear me? Like it's
the whole swagger just changed right now. I just brought it out.
He's just like, now we're going up my alley.
Come on, man. Yeah, no, I'm from Texas, man, and that's what we live by down here, man. It's just that Texas swag. You know what I mean? It's just, fam. You want to talk Houston music? Let's do it. Scarface, come on. Devin the Dude, everybody.
Oh yeah, especially Devin the Dude. Underrated.
Yes, sir.
Super underrated.
Yeah.
I was about to say, Banks knows I can talk.
Yeah.
Rap. I can talk top rappers all day.
Yeah, trap
man.
can go up. Yeah.
I just and I'm gonna bring this up, but I don't know if you saw. I'm sure you know who Crooked Eye is.
Oh, Crooked Eye, yeah, man, absolutely.
Yeah, somebody posted like a top 50 list, and
I saw that list.
Crooked Eye posted it, and like it's a clown list pretty much. Like he got it right with Jay at number 1. Because that's my all-time. That's the all-time GOAT to me is Jay.
Okay.
But it starts like number 3 is Joe Budden, and it just goes down. It just goes downhill from there.
Joe Budden, that's hilarious. That's funny, man. Where was Biggie at?
I think Biggie was number 8.
Biggie was 8?
Yeah, like Biggie. 8 or 9, bro. That's not even the worst of it. This dude had Pac at like 16.
Yeah,
Pac at 16.
Yeah.
No, man, those guys are always top 5, dude. I mean, that's the standard. That's like a template.
That's the standard, exactly.
When you make a list of like the top rappers, that's a template. Like you go either Nas, Big, Jay, or Pac. Like you can fluctuate those two, but like, I mean, you have to include them in the top 5, man. No question, bro. Like, who's
your
making
top
these
5?
lists?
Well, I don't know who's making this list, but this man had Busta Rhymes at 49.
Busta Rhymes at 49. That's crazy. That's hilarious, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the list is nuts, man.
Yeah.
Chris, who's in your top 5?
My top 5 right now? Oh, man.
Yeah, just do top 5 right now, man.
Yeah.
My top 5 right now. Okay. Kendrick.
Good.
Who else, dude? Andre 3 Stacks.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
This dude had Andre 3000 at 17.
No.
Bro, yeah, he tripping, man.
Come on, man. Y'all have hurt me.
I know this list was just a clown list.
What number is Method Man?
What number is
he even on the list?
Well, I was going to let him finish his top.
Okay.
Top first.
So I got Kendrick, Andre 3 Stacks, Jay-Z. Who else can I put in there that I just really like? Hold on, man. Give me a second. Hold on. This is going to take a minute.
It's cool. What about J. Cole?
I like J. Cole. Yeah, I like the stuff that he's doing now with Dreamville.
Yeah.
And I think JID is like his standout artist on that record label, man.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say the things he's doing with that kid is real dope.
You know, somebody who I really enjoyed was Big Sean. And then,
Big Sean?
he kind of, Big Sean, yeah.
Okay.
And he kind of took a break because he was going through some, mental illness and whatnot, but he's back now.
True.
So
that's true, man.
I can't wait till he
like
keeps
Big
on putting
Sean
out some new music.
Big Sean is great. Now, hold on, man. I'm trying to think, bro. Because he brought up Texas rappers earlier, and like that's where my mind like immediately went to. But I like cats like Gold Link, Childish Major is cool, The Baby is cool, Charles Hamilton. I like Charles Hamilton, Big Crit.
Oh, Big Crit's new album is easily top 2, 3 this year.
I think so, man. He has a complete.
That first track. When I heard the first track, I put it on like 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get past the first track. It was so dope.
He really found his lane after he left Def Jam. And I think that was the best thing that happened to his career because he became his own artist. And I don't think he felt trapped like under the label when he left Def Jam. So, yeah, Crit is really doing great things with his work.
So I had a question going back to like the comic book movies and stuff because you were in Batman. I was about to say Batman versus Spider-Man. Batman versus Superman. There's a bunch of new comic book movies that are coming out that were announced. If you could be in any new comic book movie that's coming out going forward, like what would you like to be in?
Blade.
Bro, I was just about to say that. I was just like, yo, this dude, Chris, I think he would be sweet in Blade, man. I'm glad you said that, bro.
Blade, straight up, hands down. People used to tell me I look like Wesley Snipes growing up, so yeah, definitely Blade. If I could play like his nephew or something,
I don't see the Wesley, bro. You got to get the shade. You got to get the shades a little darker, bro. If you're trying to get a little Wesley
man,
level.
So Charlie Murphy.
Charlie Murphy. Yeah.
You know what's crazy, man? The fact that Wesley Snipes had to come out and like tell everybody to leave the guy they got doing the new Blade alone is just insane to me.
Yeah.
It's just crazy that this dude has to like tell people to chill, like give a blessing. It's crazy.
It's because of social media, man. That soapbox.
So
like, I think he's a phenomenal actor, and I think he'll do the role justice. Like he did excuse me. He did really well as Cottonmouth in the Luke Cage series.
Yeah.
Which I'm highly disappointed it got canceled because I was waiting to see season 3, man.
Right on. Yeah, I was too.
He did really well in Moonlight, and I don't know if you saw the Alita movie, but he did a really good job in that movie too.
No, I didn't see that one. Yeah, but no, he's a tremendous actor. I don't know why people have gripes about anything, when it comes to like movie star. Yeah,
picture the guy
silly.
who's going to play Wolverine. What he is going to have to go through.
Oh, who is that? Do y'all know?
They haven't found anybody yet.
Whenever they reboot it, I feel sorry for whoever gets casted as Logan.
Man.
That's all I know.
Yeah,
because he's gonna get hammered online.
But bro, people need to understand that times change. Like, you already know, like 40 years from now, they're gonna probably reboot the Marvel franchise, and then there's gonna be a new Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's just people they don't.
I know y'all saw Endgame.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Now hold on, before we talk about Endgame, for the people who have not seen it, spoilers.
Man, everybody has seen it who listens to this podcast.
I don't think
telling
everybody
you right
has.
now.
Oh snap! Okay, yeah. Well, that happened. I hope I didn't spoil nothing for nobody.
If they did, look, they'll go online.
If they did, they shouldn't have listened to this podcast because we made spoilers a long time ago.
That's what's up, dude.
But man, as far as some of the other things you had done, because we were watching some clips, and the military, well, the army movie that you had done, or the show, not the movie. I'm sorry, the show.
That was called The Long Road Home, and that was shot in Killeen, Texas, on a real army base, and it was about soldiers being stranded and pinned down in Afghanistan, and how they fought their way out of a terrible situation. And I played Sergeant Reginald Butler, who was good friends with a young comrade of mine by the name of Kaysen. And yeah, man, that was another cool experience. Did y'all see the whole series, or did you just see the clips?
Yeah, we just saw the
we just saw the
clips on your page.
Yeah, man. I think that was one of the ones that I probably had to do like a little bit of research for, because I was actually playing a real person.
Nice.
So yeah, I reached out to him and he lives in Hawaii now, but like I talked to everybody who was like around him during the time, and they was just like, oh, he was just this. He was just like almost like a godlike figure, within the company, and he was like this ultimate soldier. Now me, I don't stand anywhere above 6 feet tall, bro. So like I was just like, well, how am I going to play this guy? You know what I mean? But he was just like, hey man, just do the best that you can, and he pretty much gave me the reins to like take it how I wanted to take it.
Well, look, man, if Tom Cruise can play Jack Reacher, who Jack Reacher's supposed to be like 6'4",
yeah. Oh, really?
I think they could work that magic on you, bro.
Is Jack Reacher supposed to be 6'4"? Is it? Just
that was the big thing about Tom Cruise taking the role. Was Jack Reacher's supposed to be a real? That's why they got Jim from The Office. Jim from The Office is actually like he's like 6'3". Yeah. He's a big guy, and that was the big thing about Tom Cruise doing the role. Was Jack Reacher's like this big buff dude, and Tom Cruise is not that.
Wow.
Kind of like when Topher Grace was Vet Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah.
Oh, no. Well, one movie I wanted to bring up in particular, and I don't know if because me and Banks going to talk about this. I don't know how you had seen it, but this movie that's coming out, is it on the USA Network? I could be wrong. But the Stacy Has a Thing for Black Guys.
Bro, I was just about to ask him about that.
No, that's a film that's being shopped around right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a play that we did here in Texas, and now we turned it into a movie, and now it's being shopped around at festivals and stuff like that.
Yeah, I read the synopsis. Is that how you say that? I say that right?
Yeah. You got it. Yeah, synopsis.
Yeah, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. It sounded good. It sounded real good.
It's a good script, man. You got to check it out. I don't know if I could get a copy to you, because I don't know. The director is still like doing sound, and they're still workshopping and stuff like that. But yeah, man,
do you know if he's gonna be doing? What is that called? It's not like a GoFundMe, but
it's not GoFundMe. It's a Kickstarter.
The Kickstarter and stuff. Yeah. I didn't know if he was going to do something like that. Try and get some people behind it.
Well, they already have.
Okay.
And he submitted it to like a lot of festivals, but I don't know. He told me it was no hits on it yet. So we'll see, man. I don't know. They still have to trim some fat off the film too, because I think it's a little bit too long, and they know it's a little bit too long too, and some stuff could be cut. But yeah, it's still a work in progress, man.
So I see the character that you play in the film, Mandingo.
Uh-huh.
All right, so can you tell us a little bit about your character without spoiling it for everybody?
Okay, yeah. So character's name is Mandingo, and he goes, he answers this ad, and like a let's say a one ad or like a
classified ad. Or
yeah, the classified ad. Yeah. So he answers that, and he goes to this couple's house, and yeah, he gets himself in this situation with this married couple that turns sideways really, really quickly throughout the course of the evening, man. And that's pretty much all I can give you. If I give you anything more than that, it'll be just like, oh, what? Word? Really? Yeah, so.
Okay, so.
But one could assume that she has a thing for black men.
That's what one could assume. But it turns out. That may not be the case. I'll put it like that.
Okay, yeah, because I just read the summary for the movie, and it just says a white couple and a black man sit down in the house. So pretty much like you're one of the main characters in this movie.
Yeah, it's only us three, man. It's a three-hander.
Yeah, bro, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's only 3 people, man, and I'm part of the action. It's crazy, man. It's a crazy film.
Now, I saw that you did an episode of Queen of the South.
I did, yeah. I was a dog walker.
Yeah, if you wanna, do you have any like set stories from that show, or because it's a really hot show?
It is a hot show. Now that show, I was just a day player on, which is when you come in for a day and like shoot the scene, and then they tell you to like move around. So I just showed up that morning, and they got me in hair and makeup, and it was pretty much like, hey, can you just bring your own clothes? I was just like, sure. So I did that, and it was like, okay, so you're gonna walk this dog, and it was like, I don't know, it was like a little miniature dog. I forgot what kind of dog it was. It wasn't a dog that I would ever walk in my life. But so yeah, man, and I shot the scene, and things went well. I mean, it was here in Dallas, so it was just a cool experience, man. The lady, I forgot the lady's name, who's like the lead drug dealer. What's her name?
I think it's like Alice Braga.
Yeah.
That's her name. But
yeah.
Yeah, I know this is like one of USA's hottest shows, though.
Oh, really? Well, I got in on season 1, and I'm pretty sure they won't have me back, man, because I've already done season 1. So once you make an appearance on a show like that, they're just like, okay, you're done. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, that's crazy, man, because I know, like, a lot of popular shows back in the day, it's like they would bring characters back. I mean, not characters, but they would bring actors back to be a different character on the show.
Yeah. Well, not me.
Well, not me.
Not today.
Not me.
So I had a question, because Travis was telling me that you were on American Crime. Uh-huh. And he was telling me that this was like a huge show back when it first started on ABC. So how was it being on that show? Because I see that you were on 3 episodes.
I was on 3 episodes, yeah. That show was very, very, very personal, I would say. Especially getting to work with Regina King and the other co-star, Cedric West. Who's a good friend of mine. That was a heavy show to do, man. That was probably like the most personal process out of all the processes I've had to do, besides the big budget stuff. But yeah, that was kind of heavy.
But I was telling him, this show was kind of like, it's kind of like you ever seen Friday Night Lights, the TV show, not the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is kind of like that a little bit, because Friday Night Lights revolves around, a lot more of the porn income neighborhoods in the black community and some of the things those kids got to go through. But this is like things that people of different color and religions have to go through with dealing with like the judicial system.
Judicial system, being black, having a different belief than everybody else, just all types of stereotypes and bias, and then taking that and then amplified it on a political level. The show raised a lot of issues. It was a very heavily issue-based show, especially when it came to racism. And it asked a lot of questions, what it means to be Black. How good is the judicial system now? Is it fair? Has it always been fair? It was just a tough show. It was a tough show, but in a good way. It should have lasted longer than what it lasted.
Well, the shows like that usually don't last long.
No.
A show talking about real issues, really don't get, the long run that they deserve. So what was it like working with Regina King?
Oh, it was fun, man. She was really, really, really nice, dude. She's like a sweet person. I don't know. I just never felt intimidated or threatened or like put off by her energy. You know what I mean? It was always just cool, serene. And she liked to talk. You know what I mean? She liked to talk to everybody. So that was really, really pleasing because I was nervous as heck, man, being on that set. I didn't know what I was doing. So her like opening up and talking and just like being really, really cool, that like put me at ease a little bit.
Yeah, especially in, the nerd community. I mean, she's an iconic Black figure in the nerd community for, the Boondocks and the different things that she's done. I mean, even outside of that, I mean, when you and Boys in the Hood,
and Poetic Justice.
Yeah, Poetic Justice, yep. Yeah, no, she's paid her dues for sure. And she's about to be in The Watchmen, man, on HBO.
Yeah, nice. And he knows it. I'm so hyped
that's all
for this
he's been talking
show.
about is Watchmen, man.
Looks so good.
Yeah.
And she got a main role in it.
And now what they're saying that the Boondocks is getting the 5th season now.
What?
We're gonna be getting Huey and Riley back soon.
Oh yes.
Okay.
And they got so many issues to talk about once that series comes back, man.
I can't wait, man. Is Aaron still gonna be a part of it?
I believe
they're bringing everybody back.
The whole cast is coming back. I just hope, and I don't know how other people, their opinion is, but I just was not a fan of the last season.
Season 4, yeah. Because he wasn't a part, Aaron wasn't a part of season 4.
I just really hope that, this goes back to my Boondocks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for real.
Just in your face, like unapologetic Boondocks. I like that Boondocks a lot better.
I know, but picture the R. Kelly stuff they gonna do now.
Yeah, exactly. They gonna be like, we told y'all about R. Kelly, and y'all still support him.
Exactly. Somebody should have told him to get that man some help, dude. For real. Because R. Kelly just hung himself big time.
Like Chris, man, I think it would be real awesome if you could get on the Boondocks, man.
If I could get on the Boondocks?
Yeah.
That would be a dream come true, too. We'll see. I don't know who I need to reach out to, but that'll be super, super dope.
Look, man, Benjamin Banks can make it happen. He'll give you the hookup. He'll give you the hookup.
Man.
What?
Look,
yeah, he'll get back to you.
Trav knows me, man. I be sliding in everybody's DMs, bro. It's like sometimes people respond. Like, look, Chris, you responded. Like I said. Sometimes people will respond, sometimes they won't, but you never know unless you ask. That's all you can do is just ask. It's either going to be yes or no.
Exactly, man. And that's a good attitude to have. And at first I was a little skeptical because when I get DMs from Instagram, I'm just like, man, who is this now? You know what I'm saying?
Who is this now? Look, bro. He's still waiting on Rashida Jones to DM him back, bro.
See? Rashida Jones.
He's going to be waiting a while.
And so like I had to go and do a little research to see if it was a legit thing before I responded. And once I saw it, I was like, okay, yeah, so let's go. Let's do it. These guys are legit. And I listened to some of the other podcasts that y'all had, man, which is super dope. Thank you. So yeah, man, it's good stuff. Good stuff, yeah.
Thank you, bro.
Bro, we got the stamp of approval.
Yeah, we got the stamp of approval, bro. Because bro, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Like, when you said that you wanted to come on, I told Trav, I was just like, bro, I'm nervous, man. I'm like, this is the first, we've had a lot of cool guests on the podcast, but it's you're the first star that we've had on the podcast, bro.
I
don't think you know how much this dude loves your voice as this. I don't want to put him on blast.
Bro, when I was watching Super, I was just like, oh snap! I was like, that dude's black. I was like, Dyspo is black, man. Because, bro, I'm gonna be real with you, man. Growing up watching anime, it's you could listen to people do the voices and whatnot, and you would know if they was either black or they was white.
Of course.
And it wasn't really a lot of black voice actors in anime back then. And if they were, like, they were very small roles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But doing that, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up, man, because that was one of the things that I wanted to focus on going into the booth, was like making this relatable for everybody who can relate to it, and just like for everybody who wants to see progress within the anime world. You know what I mean? Because we need these types of voices to like start populating the anime universe, man, to make it more authentic and relatable, I think. And you'll get more fans that way, you know, if you just start bringing everybody on who has distinct voices and very, you know, black voices. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. So what's some advice that you would give to somebody who's listening to this episode that would like to pursue a career in either acting or voice acting?
Do not ever doubt yourself. This career is based on tenacity and endurance, and that's mental endurance and emotional endurance. And you're going to be told no like 1,000 times, but the minute you give up on yourself is the minute you like kick yourself out the game and you fail. And if you want to do this like full time, if you want to pursue this, then you have to trust yourself and just like keep pushing on. And stay hungry. I always stay hungry, and I always get better in your craft.
And that's words of wisdom from Christopher
Dontrell Piper.
There it is.
Yeah. Did you have another question that you wanted to ask, Trav?
Yeah. Before we let you go, because I know we've already kept you a good 45 minutes or so.
That's all good, man.
What is like some of the things you're looking? What's next for you as far as what you look to achieve?
What's next for me is to hopefully continue to do voice work within the anime world, and to get better at my craft as far as like the film and TV world. I would like someday to like be consistent in like a television drama or like a even a pilot, man. Just to have a recurring role on a show, you know, just so, I don't know, just to have a full-time body of work that I'm always constantly doing something, just to always be constantly working. Sometimes there's a lot of downtime in between shoots or voice work or like even doing theater and stuff like that. But to be working consistently is like a big goal of mine. It's just like to have project after project after project.
I agree with you on that, man, because I'm a professional wrestler, and it's the same thing. It's like sometimes it's a lot of downtime, but, you know, I like what you said earlier about just staying hungry and staying consistent. And it's like, as long as you keep that mentality and you have that attitude, then the only direction to go is up.
Yeah.
So it's like I said earlier, man, I think that you do a really good job at voice acting, man. And I really hope that you make it. I mean, not make it, because I'll say you've already made it, but I hope that you reach your goals that you've set for yourself.
Oh,
and with the
that
attitude that you have, I know that you'll be able to do it, bro.
Hey, man, thank you, man. And what I would like to add too, as far as advice to everybody who wants to do this is that, or anything, is that don't let the thing consume you to where you start to build up an ego behind, like when people start to tell you you're so good, and you start to believe in your own BS a little bit. And what this game can do is like humble you. Anywhere like you get into like a thing, it can humble you. Like if you're not careful. So just always stay humble, man, and be grateful for like the opportunities that you get. And yeah, man, just count your blessings, bro.
Thank you, Chris, man. We appreciate you coming up here, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank y'all for having me, man. For real, this has been great. This is like my first podcast, so I'm super excited. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hopefully I could be back on like when Astra comes out or something, man. Y'all holler at me, man. I'm here.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, we'd love to have you back on.
Oh yeah.
But before we let you go though, please let everybody in social media land know where they can find Mr. Chris Dontrell Piper at.
You can find me at Chris Dontrell. That's my IG handle. And on Facebook is Christopher Dontrell Piper. Get at me.
All right, cool. All right, bro.
All right,
was
man.
good having you up here, man.
Yeah, much love to y'all, man.
You have a good one, bro.
All right, man.
Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and get notified every time we upload a new one by subscribing and ticking the bell icon. You can also listen to the full episode by searching for Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks on your favorite podcast app. If you'd like to help support more great content like this, be sure to check us out on Patreon. We'll have the link posted in the description below. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.